Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. Today is Halloween, and it is miserable here in Michigan. It's been raining all morning. It's supposed to rain all afternoon, and we're supposed to get rain and light snow flurries tonight. Remember the other day I told you we weren't supposed to get snow? Well, now it's just flurries. It's not going to stick, but it's going to be cold and wet and damp. Anyway, we do have a birthday, and it's somebody's 70th birthday. It's Janet's. And Janet, you're going to make me really screw up your last name. Hydrazusko. Hydrazusko. Hydradzuzko. Hydrazuska. It's a mouthful. But Janet, you're still going to get a song. I'm not going to say your last name again because I know I just really messed it up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Janet. She's 70 today, but she told me so I can tell you. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Jim is 70. Maybe you were in the same hospital. Wouldn't it be cool to have a reunion of just the babies that were in the nursery? When you were in the nursery? That would be kind of neat, I think. I don't know. It'll never happen, but I just thought it was kind of cute. Okay, today is the last day of October, the last day of my self-evaluations of where I'm going wrong with my program, or what my future is ahead of me, which I'll outline tomorrow. I'll outline my November plan. But I wanted to end the month talking about my weekends, because we all know my weekends get away from me constantly. I can do so well Monday through Friday, but my weekends are just really, really bad. I'm going to let you in on a secret, and I have to say it out loud, because if I don't say it out loud, I'm just going to be buried in my subconscious, and I'm just going to think it really doesn't matter. I have to own up to the fact that every week, which I never show you, because I don't show you my foods on the weekends, which is one of the reasons that I do so poorly, is that I don't show my food. I understand that. But I reward myself with food every week after weigh-in, whether I've had a loss or a gain. I always have in the car either a candy bar or a cupcake or a ding-dong or a Suzy Q or a donut. I have some sort of fattening treat, whether I gained or lost. If I gained, I'm going to come home and have another one. But if I lost, I'm going to eat that one. Just some kind of reward. I have to stop, and I told you this, I think I've told you this every single day. I have to stop rewarding myself with food, because it's just not going to get me through. Thank you, because I've had so many people respond to me that told me that I could reach out to them either by text or email, and they'd be very supportive. Thank you so much. You guys are so supportive. I really understand that. And the one that really hit home with me was Dee over at Dish with Dee. She said that for the longest time she described my weekends. She described them to a T. Have your meeting, come home, eat whatever you want. I don't know that she used the word binge, but that's what I do, binge. And then it carries into Sunday, and then be content on Saturday that you lost a 0.4 or a 0.5 when you really could have lost a 1.4 or a 1.5. And I'm just tired of doing that. I really am tired of doing it. So I've come up with 6 reasons by looking on the internet, but I've come up with 6 reasons why people binge. These apply to my weekend binges, not so much my during the week binges, because I really don't binge unless I eat out. I don't really binge during the week. But the number one reason that people binge is it's in your genes. It seems like an easy enough thing to say. You know, like, okay, it's in my genes, I can't help it. My family has a history of alcohol abuse. We have a lot of alcoholics in my family, which I think unfortunately is true of a lot of families. I think that I at one point in my life realized that I could very easily become addicted to alcohol. Another day, another story, another time. But I had an aha moment with alcohol and realized that no, I can't drink. So I can have an occasional glass of wine, but I can't have vodka. We'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it at that. I can't drink vodka. And And I unfortunately don't drink vodka with anything mixed with it. I drink right straight, neat in a glass. That's my drink, and I just know I can't do that. So I have replaced that addiction that I think I've inherited with my genes to food, and so I have to. And unfortunately, food is one of the things that you can't just stop eating. You know, like drinking, you just stop drinking, but eating, you just can't stop eating. So the number one thing that they say is your genes, which makes you realize that you have to be a little bit more aware of it, that if you do have a tendency because of the hereditary, that you're just going to have to fight a little bit harder than someone that doesn't. The number two reason is your family. I remember growing up that, and this probably comes to the sneaking the food, if I'm really going to think about it, and it just came to me just now thinking about it, is I used to work at a fruit market, and when I would get home from work, it would be probably like 8 or 9 o'clock because it was like a late market, probably 9:30 or 10 now that I'm thinking about it, because I think the store closed at 9 o'clock. But when all the little ones went to bed, my mother and I used to get a pizza. And we'd sneak out and get a pizza or get something to eat, and so we did a lot of late night eating. My mother always had us have a snack at night, although it was a healthy snack, but when we got a little bit older, we turned the healthy snacks into pizza and pop and, you know, like things like that. I can't say for 100% certainty that my family still does this, but I would think that since my family tends to be a little bit overweight, that we do a lot of snacking, if you know what I mean. The number three reason is depression. I am not depressed. I'm not to say that I've never had little periods of depression. And I can't even say that I had like a clinical depression. I had like a sadness about me, or just a kind of feeling sorry for myself type of thing. And I would turn to food, and I probably would binge, but it's by no means my reason on the weekends. It just, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person. I still have my moments of sadness. I'm not, you know, like I'm not like perfect. Am I? No, I'm not perfect. But I can't really say that this one really plays into me so much. But, you know, maybe some of you out there that maybe depression is one of the reasons that you tend to overeat. The fourth reason is a low self-esteem. I don't think I have a low self-esteem. I really don't. I'm very confident. My parents raised 6 very confident human beings that were maybe sometimes a little overconfident. I've never really cared about what people think. You like me, you don't like me, I don't really care. You think I'm fat, you think I'm thin, I don't really care. I value people's opinions, and I do take them into consideration, but if you're not going to like me for some reason that's not beyond my control, then, like, I don't need you in my life. I have enough people that like me, that I don't need to worry about people that don't like me. You're never going to like everybody that you meet in your life. You're just not. It's just not possible. It'd be nice. Other than Mother Teresa, I think she liked everybody. But I just, I don't have any low self-esteem issues, so that's not one of the reasons. The fifth reason is stress or anxiety. Now this one does play into me. If I'm stressed, like my brother-in-law passed away a couple of weeks ago, I did turn to food. I really shouldn't have, but I did, especially at his funeral service. I mean, there wasn't a lot of good choices as far as food because there was so much comfort food, but I overindulged. I had my share of those tiny little chocolate eclairs. The place where we get them is from Gordon Foods, but I think you can get them at Sam's Club and Costco. They come in a container about this size, and they're like tiny little eclairs. And they're just like pop in your mouth size. And I just very subconsciously kept popping them. And I think it was just because I was stressed. I've dealt with anxiety my whole life. I've had issues. I probably have at least one panic attack a month. I can now recognize a panic attack when it's coming on and kind of get prepared for it, judge it to what I do is I just kind of judge it how bad it's coming on. And if I rate it from a 1 to a 10, and I figure out sometimes it might be a 15, and I just know that I have to sit down and wait it out. And in the past, I would turn to food because I just thought if I eat, then I'll get my mind off of it. No, now I just learn some techniques, and I do better with it. But I still have my anxiety issues. I really do. If I know that I have to do something that I don't really want to do, which is 9 times out of 10 driving somewhere where I don't really want to drive to, I tend to think that if I eat something before I go, I'll feel a little bit better. And the 6th one, which is exactly, fits me to a T, it was perfectly set up for me, it's definitely me, is extreme dieting. Now I know that they call this a weight loss or a lifestyle. It's a diet. I mean, it is a lifestyle diet, but anything that you eat, if you're eating from the food groups, if you're eating from the food plate, if you're eating from the food pyramid, it's a diet. And they even say your diet for the day. So we have to stop, at least I do, have to stop thinking of the word diet as something bad. And I know that the first 3 letters, die, is like that's not too becoming of the word. But I extreme diet Monday through Friday. There's no other word for it. I go crazy on the weekends, and I have to make up for it Monday through Friday, and so I deprive myself all week. I've had many of you point out on my plates that I don't eat enough food, like healthy food. I have pretty healthy portion-sized plates with my fruit, but fruit is sugar. I mean, fruit is still good for you, but not in the excess that I eat it at the same time that I eat it, because I should spread it out through the day rather than having it all at one setting. And I should balance out and have more of the food choices through the whole week, all 7 days, not just 5 days, all 7 days. Because by the time Saturday comes around, I am hungry. Now, my Fridays are a little bit different. I do Fridays very late eating for religious purposes, and I don't do it for a diet. Even when I was overweight, maybe that's what kept me in check when I was so heavy. Because like I've told you, I was 304.2 when I joined Weight Watchers. I probably would have been a lot more if I didn't have my Friday regimen. And my Fridays are basically, I don't eat meat on Fridays, and I eat as light as I can possibly eat on Fridays. And I just do that for religious reasons. It's not like an indoctrination, because I'm Catholic. It's just that when I was growing up on Fridays, you were supposed to not eat meat. Because when I grew up, you never ate meat on Fridays, no matter what, during any time of the year, you never ate meat. And then when we were growing up, Fridays were just very light meals. It's just, and now that I look back, because I've told you that I realize now that we weren't really that rich, we were kind of poor, that my mother kind of used that as an excuse that on Fridays, we're just going to eat light. We're going to do it for the Lord, type of thing. And it's just stayed with me my whole life. So I eat very lightly on Fridays. But by the fact that I have eaten so little Monday through Thursday, when Friday comes around, and I definitely don't eat a lot on Friday, Saturday comes up and I can't wait to get weighed, because the whole time when I'm weighing, I know that I'm going to have that treat in the car waiting for me, like a dog. I got a treat waiting for me. And I have to stop doing that. I really do. And we'll talk about that tomorrow as far as my November plan, because it does play into my November plan. So these are some of the tricks that you can do to kind of correct your overeating and your binging. The first one is to keep a food diary. I keep a food diary, but I don't keep an honest food diary. So we have to really say it out loud. Are you really being honest? No, I'm really not being honest, because obviously you can see when I get weighed that I'm not being honest. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. I'm a genius. It doesn't take a genius to figure out. That was a movie line. Movie lines come in my head. I just have to spell them out. I have to be more honest with my food diary. The number 2 thing you should do is eat regular meals and have snacks. Now, Weight Watchers, WW, whatever you want to call it, give you more than enough points to eat in a day, and more than enough extra points that you can snack also. Even if you didn't use your weeklies, there's enough 0-point foods that you can have a snack. You really can have a snack. And I can't, because I go crazy Monday through Saturday and Sunday. So I use up all my points on Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm playing catch up the rest of the week. I have to change that dynamic and eat regular meals and snacks. The third thing is portion out your food. I fall away from that. I have measuring cups, I have measuring spoons, I have a scale. Too many times, I would say 7 times out of 10, I eyeball a measurement. I don't get out my spoons, I don't get out my cups, I don't get out my scale. If I was to do that, I would definitely have better results. And the fourth reason is to think about why you're binging. Why am I really binging? Is it really because I haven't eaten enough during the week? Do I have problems thinking? I mean, I'm retired, so the weekends are no different than any other days of the week. I've had many suggestions that maybe I should join on a Monday, have a Monday class. I know who I am. And until I correct the Saturday and Sunday behavior, that'll just be my Tuesday, Wednesday behavior. Because in my mind, I know I've got 5 more days that I can get this off. So it doesn't matter what day of the week I weigh. It really doesn't matter. And I do like my Saturday meetings. I like my leader. I like my group. I like everything about it. So I don't plan on changing my Saturday meetings. I am going to stay with my Saturday meetings. But I have to get past thinking that I can eat whatever I want on the weekends just because it's the weekend. Even when I was working for most of my life, I worked for 25 years in retail. And when you work in retail, you have all different hours, and you work weekends mostly. So I can't even say that. When I did get a regular job when I was working in the mailroom, I worked Monday through Friday, so I had weekends off. Now I have every day of the week off. So I just have to figure out, and maybe that'll be something I'll discuss tomorrow. But anyway, this is the, what do you call it, the 6 reasons that we binge. And I think I covered at least 3 of them for myself, at least. So if you can think of any other reasons why you think I might binge, I'm more than welcome to hear them. I'm curious myself, but I have to overcome that because I'll never reach goal if I keep letting my weekends get away from me. And I'm done letting my weekends get away from me. So give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And once again, Janet, I'm so sorry I messed up your name so badly. But happy 70th birthday.